Okay, so we are there to discuss the second question of the paper, which is regarding the health issues. People who work with computers for long period of time complain of certain health issues. The following shows the health issue labeled A to C, possible reasons labeled G to I, and possible solutions labeled P to W. Match each health issue with a possible reason and a possible solution, and write down using their labels. There can be more than one possible solution for a given health issue. However, you are required to write only one solution. Okay. So let's see. Now, yes. The first one, carpal tunnel syndrome, right? You know the carpal tunnel syndrome, it happens with that, like around your wrist, right? So because you are putting pressure on the wrist, like you are not placing the hand in a proper way when you are using the keyboard and the mouse. So it will lead you to the carpal tunnel syndrome, right? So with A, the reason, how it's going to be, says poor posture or non-ergonomical design workspace, painful compression of a nerve as it passes across the front of the wrist. Yes. So A goes with H, right? So A goes with H, and the reason, like a particular solution that they are asking, like pressing eyes will not do, stand up and stretch the back arm and fingers frequently. That could help. The option Q. Take regular short breaks from a repetitive task by using an alarm as a reminder. Even that's going to be a solution because it breaks, like having the pressure on your wrist is breaking. Avoid bending the wrist and keep the arms, wrist and fingers aligned when typing, and S is going to be much better answer, right? So with A, let's go with the S as the solution, right? And with B, computer vision syndrome, definitely with the eyes, right? Looking at the computer screen for a prolonged period. That means I is going to be the reason. And solution. P is going to be a good one, right? Press the eye muscle by looking up and staring for a moment at objects in the distance. So better we go with P, since they are asking a question, only one solution. And with C, musculoskeletal disorder, musculoskeletal disorders. So definitely it's poor posture or non-ergonomical design workspace. And yeah, like you can get away from the musculoskeletal problems by standing up and stretch the back arm and fingers frequently, and take regular short breaks from a repetitive task by using an alarm as a reminder. Avoid bending the wrist will not help. Use keyboard shortcuts to reduce typing and mouse movements. That actually not go with the musculoskeletal problem. Avoid hitting the key too hard while typing the touch typing. That's not again. Position the computer screen to avoid glare. Use certain code rates on Windows. And that's regarding eye. Keep the computer screen about 50 to 20 degrees below eye level. That could prevent a musculoskeletal problem which comes with your neck. So much better answer is like the Q, right? Stand up and have some short breaks, right? Stretch the back, arms and fingers frequently. So the muscles which are freeze into a one particular task will be changed when you are doing that. Right, let's go with the marking scheme as well to see how it shows you the things. Let me check. Yeah, it goes like this. With A, H, Q, R, S, T, U. Anything can be taken. With B, it's I, P, R, V, W. With C, it's G, you can take Q and R. Right? So you can take the marks for any particular line. Yes, Tilly, any questions go up? Till you have Uddamya also raised the hands. Like, people, is it any question or like you got it correct? Like, okay. So like, if you got a question, it's better you send it to me or like just on the mic and talk to me. And here I'm moving forward. Let's see what are the rest of the questions that they have asked. Yeah, so in the second part it says for each of the issue labeled A to B below, identify the relevant term from the list and write down the term against each relevant label. A person receiving an email that appears to have some form of well-known organization and asking for personal information such as the credit card number, the usernames, and the password of the personal online banking facility. Yes. This could go with the phishing. So that is for A. But with the practice of taking someone else's work and publishing them off as one's own, that's what we call plagiarism. C, a person having unauthorized access to a computer network and accessing personal information such as name, address, and customers. I'm sorry, of customers. So, yeah, it's can be taken. Person having no, oh, that's a little bit doubtful. A person selling unauthorized copies of a licensed software at a 5% of original virus, that's piracy. Suppose with D. For C, of course, what I was thinking, a person having unauthorized access to the network, accessing personal information such as names. It's kind of a hacking, I guess. Right, so let me see. Go with the marking scheme. A is phishing, B is plagiarism, C is hacking, D is piracy. Yes, we can go with that. 4 marks to that part. In the previous part, you got 3 marks. Yes, Sasrika, it does. We did about plagiarism, Sasrika. It's in the last lesson, right after the, as I remember, it is right after that, those viruses and all these things explanation. Right. Going to the next part. Oh, no, that's all right. Oh, yes. Like how much they have given. This is 4 marks, and the previous part 3 marks. The sequence total 10. Yes. In the previous one they had, right? Yes. The previous part takes 6 months, people. Like coupling what the health issue with the reason 1 month, and matching the health issue with the solution 1 month. So 6 marks are given. Right? Okay, who took 10 out of 10 for this question? Yes, 10 out of 10. Nines, eights. Okay, Janka, that's great. Okay, that's it. That's good too. Sasrika, yes, that's great. That's great. And be very careful when you are like marking the written question, right? Unlike mathematics or a mathematical part, it has many other ways of writing. Right. So moving to the next one. That's the HTML question, as I remember. Right. So they have given you the output of HTML. Then they will ask you to fill the blanks. This is the way that the HTML questions as well as the program questions are going to be there in your answer script. Right. Okay. So in the market screen, it gives you these headings. Right. So it's easy for you to choose from this. Okay. People hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right. So the this particular question, and I got my picture in one page and the other one is on the other page. Never mind. Let's finish it up. So it has an image. First, there is something called tip for healthy life, right? So it is in some big fonts and it is italicized. So that means they have used H2. So one is going to be I, and 2, it's going to be, I think it is center line. The center there in the list. Yes, it is there. Right. So then 2 is going to be the center. 3 is going to be SRC, the variable which takes the source. Fourth one, it's going to be ALT, alternative text. And fifth one, yes. Hold on. Yeah, it seems they have taken a table. So like eat a variety of foods from each of following 5 groups every day. Right? So they got an ordered list, and what kind of a list is this? An ordered one. Let's see. Yeah, first one is going to be an unordered list since they got bullet points here. So the fifth one is going to be UL. And then sixth is going to be table. Right, and seventh one. Right, so the seventh one goes with anchor. 8 anchor. So the HF is there, water, yes, this is H2O and something else, right? What was in the explanation? Where does it have H2O? It's over here. And underline is also there, yes. So for sure, the anchor is going, so the 8 is going to be the subscript and the SUV. Right, so yes. So 7 is anchor tag. You know about it. Yeah, that's all. That's all. Okay, let's see how the marking scheme says. Yeah, there you go. Okay, are we done, people? Anyone who is still marking with this? Okay. Since no one has responded, I'm moving to the second part. So in the second part, they are just asking to match. Okay, and you have given a URL. Right, identify the correct terms from the above list. So labels P to be below and write the correct term against the file. All done, Suzu. Yeah, sorry for that. Some disturbance are here with my everyone. Okay, HTTP. P means HTTP, that's what we call the protocol. So where's the protocol? It's here. This is P. And Q, it is the service, www, World Wide Web. It's the Q. And /book/English/11, that's the path to the resource. It is, yes. I'm sorry, path to resource, hold on. It is from T, I'm sorry. I missed the S. This of course T. The S is the top level domain. Right, and U is having, that's a resource. So this is going to be U. Right, and the entire thing is asked as B, that is what we call URL. Right, so B goes with the URL. Okay, so let's go with the marking scheme as well. P is protocol, Q is World Wide Web, S is domain name, S means top level domain, D is a resource, name the resource, E means the resource, V means you, like it completes the entire thing. Uniform resource login. Okay, so this is going to have you 3.5 marks by 10.5 for each and every. right? And part B, match the description given in A to D with the correct terms from the list given above and write down the relevant term against the label. Okay, match the description given in A to D with the correct terms from the list given above. Yeah, okay. I think it's referring to the list which is given earlier. Delivers web pages to the clients using HTTP, that is DNS server. Helps uniquely identify a computer on the internet, IP address. Every email that is sent passes through a series of these type of servers along its way to its intended recipient. They had a name called mail server. Yeah, mail server could be taken. Right, and unwanted email messages, let's come from the spam. Right, so yeah, there you go. And look at this, how the marking has happened here. 0.5 marks awarded if part B attempt ACD correct 0.5 each, 1.5 marks, 0.54. The due to Tamil translation error. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, you are going to match with only one particular thing. And be careful when you are matching these things now. These rules are being introduced in means they are going to be there in your examination. Could be. Okay, that's finished yes, 4.5, 3.5 will give you 9. Yes, yes. Right, so see how much you got. So for this part, it's 10 out of 2 out of 2. So who are the scorers? 10 out of 10s? 9s? 8? 7? Does it got 7? Asrika is 7. Udamya got all correct. Udamya. Keep it up. Osanda Chanuri. Yeah, keep it up. 7, and you have to advance from the 7. 7 is good, yeah? 7 is better. But it's better you move forward from those things. Like 8 to 9 to 10 marks should be taken. All right. So the next question. Next question is about the Excel sheet. Right. That might give me a minute. I need to drink some water. Yes, we are getting disturbances today a lot. Something like people. So the Excel question. So it has some 2 laptop models, right? And you are asked to compare those, as well as the total cost is there, the delivery cost is there over here, right? And they have taken the total cost over here, and these things illustrate the cost with the delivery charges. So the part A is asking write down the formula that should be entered in cell B6 to calculate the total for model A in the form of equal function cell 1 colon cell 2. So they have given you the model, right, the way that you need to write the formula or the function. So you have to say equal sum. So your range is going to be these things. So that means it starts from B3, goes until B5. So B3 colon B5. That's going to be your answer. If the formula is copied to cell C6, what value will be displayed in C6? Now it is asking the value displayed in this here. So if this one copied over here, that means it indicates add these 3 numbers together, right? So how much is it? Like 5, 0 is going to be there, 7, 5, 2, and it's remaining 2, 3, yes. 73,250. That's going to be the value that's going to be there. And part C says write down 2 formula that can be written in cell B7 to calculate the total including delivery cost using only cell addresses, functions, and arithmetic operators. Now, by this, I'm going to go with the marking scheme because they have given many alternative answers for that. Right, so part A contains 1.5 marks. Part B contains 1.5 marks again. And part C, it is any particular 2 answers out of these things. And even this can also be written like, no, it's there in the marking scheme. This particular one. So any particular 2 answers will give you how many marks? 2 marks. Right. Okay, moving forward in part D. They ask you like they have copied the B7, the formula in B7 into C7. It receives the total of 73,600, and they ask what should be the formula that should be in C7. Right? So that means now we have written these kind of things inside the B7. So if C7, if we copy it to C7, if the C7 is going to receive this the correct answer. Correct answer means what? It's like correct answer gives you addition of this plus this will give you the answer over here. Right? So that means delivery cost should be but absolute. Right? So if the correct answer is given, then of course the answer that should be copied to the C7 must be something like this. Sum C3 colon C5, which gives the sum of the C column, and it will be added with the $B, $10 or $B10, right? Because it's the column header that's going to change when I'm like copying something from like copying from B7 to C7. So the column header needs to be absolute regarding the delivery cost. So $B10 is sufficient. $B, $10 Doesn't matter. Right, again 1.5 marks for this. And they have labeled some pictures from A to D, and they are asking what is going to be the appropriate matching part regarding these templates for the layouts, actually. Right, so it goes like this. First one, the title slides. Right, that means this goes with A. B is two content slides. It is B. C is the blank slide. It is C. And the title only slide is the D. And they ask which of the following views is the most suitable to arrange the positioning of slides. Positioning of slides arrangement can be easily done using the slide sorter. Right, so that's going to be your answer, the slide sorter. So the marks, it's 2 marks for saying what are the layouts, and 1.5 marks for saying it's slide sorter. That's how the 10 out of 10 comes. Like, who got 10 out of 10? Okay, Udamya, that's great. Okay, Dinalka, well done. Yes, others? How about you all? Okay, you better send me the answers. And the best thing, or like the most important thing that you need to do is learn what is going on wrong, right? Okay, so let's move to the next question. The fifth one, the database one. Assume that the following is a part of the relational database of a business information system. This business has shops in certain schools in different parts of country. So the sales table describes the month, shop ID, and the sales. Category table describes the category and the item. The branch table describes the name, shop ID, and category. They ask you to write down 2 primary keys and their respective table names. Yeah, so like what we can do easily is, for branch table, it is shop ID. For category table, it is category. That is 2 clear-cut answers. If you think about the sales table, shop ID cannot be taken alone because it is being repeated. And we don't take sales figures as the primary key usually. The month again cannot be taken because March is repeated. So that means month and shop ID can be taken together. For sales table, month plus shop ID can be considered. And then they ask, write down 2 foreign keys and their respective table names. So when it comes to the foreign keys, in branch table, category is a foreign key because category is the primary key of the category table. And for sales table, shop ID alone can be taken as a foreign key because shop ID is the primary key of the branch table. right? And the third one asks, what table should be modified to include the telephone number of each shop? The telephone number of each shop can be do it with the branch table, right? Because this is the best one because it says the shop IDs which describe the shop. So it's better you have the telephone number over here. The branch table. Then in the fourth one, they ask which table should be joined to run a query to find the total sales at ABC College. So if you are going to find the total sales at ABC College, first you have to recognize what's the shop ID for ABC College. That can be taken from here, from the branch table. Then if you want to try the total sales, what you can do is you can capture the sales of the shop ID 001. So those three figures will give you the total sales. Right? People, are we clear so far? Yes, people? Okay, great. So the fifth one, assume that a new shop with shop ID 004 selling milk and photocopying services is opened at HIJ College. A table needs to be updated to include the given information. So if a new shop means a new branch, right? So then of course, branch table needs to be updated. How it can be updated? You can say HIJ College. And 004. And the category is given, right? Milk and photocopy. So like for milk and photocopy, they don't have a category. Then of course, the category table should also be updated, saying that D category is milk and photocopy. Then you can say the type is D. So both branch table and the category table must be updated. Okay, so the sixth one is write down the newly added records as specified in 5 above along with the respective table names, right? So I'll take you with the marking scheme. So let's see how the marks are being divided. So for the first part, saying two primary keys, 2 marks. And in the second part, indicating 2 foreign keys, again 2 marks. For third one, saying it is on the branch table, 1 mark. In the part 4, yes. So to find the total sales of the ABC College, we need the sales table as well as the branch table. Both tables are there. So indicating those two, 1 mark. And when a new one is open, the branch table and the category table needs to be updated, saying that 2 marks. And writing down the specific records gives you 2 marks as 1 for each. People, are we clear about this? Everyone? Okay. Right. Yes. How about the marks, people? Yes. Database question. One of the easiest questions in the paper. Udamya, Chanuri, well done. Well done. And that's it. That's good. That's good. Keep it up. Okay. Moving to the sixth question. Sasrika, well done. Well done. Right, in the sixth question, they say a team who participated in developing a school management system listed some of the activities they carried out with respect to it as A to G below. The phases of the system development life cycle that was used are labeled from P to U. So activities are here. So the need is identify what activities in A to G are relevant to the life cycle phases P to U and write down the matching pairs. Okay. So yes, identifying of requirement. So from the activities, using the existing manual system and the newly developed system in parallel for 3 months. Discontinuing the manual system at the end of the third month. Yes, that is about the deploying part. It should be T with A. It's going to be T. That is what you call parallel deployment, right? There are 3 deployment methods, right? The 4 actually: the direct, parallel, pilot, and pace, right? So, which is on the deployment stage. Converting the design of processors, database models, and using interfaces, etc., into software programs. That's the part of the coding. Implementing the solution, which is R. This goes with R. Meeting the principal, teachers, librarian, and other to identify the current process. That's the identification of requirement. That is P. Collecting sample of term test mark sheets, library catalogs, lending details, and all these things. Again, in the very first one. Interviewing the principal, librarian, and the sectional head teachers to understand the expectation of the new system. Again, the very first line. Rewriting parts of the code to accommodate a change requested by the principal after using new system for 1 year. That is maintenance. So it's you. Debugging the system due to an error being pointed out by the librarian after 6 months of new system usage. Again, goes with the maintenance, U. So yes, let's see whether these things are matched with the marking scheme. Okay, that's a problem. In my marking scheme, that part is missing. Yeah, let me cross-check it with a book. The marking scheme of a book. 2018. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, A is T, B is R, C, D, E contains P, F, G contains U. So we went the correct way. T, R, and 3 P's and 2 U's. Right, and in the part B, it says 3 employment opportunities in the ICT field. Like there are many employment opportunities. Right, so in name, you can take the computer operator, data entry operator, software engineer, network administrator, web designers, IT project managers, database administrators, IT consultants, even ICT teachers can be taken, QA engineers, quality assurance engineers, and hardware technicians, right? Any three of those. If you got any alternative answers, just let me know, right? So I will tell you. All right. So any three of those, like how the marks could be given here. Let me check. Let me check. Yes. Yeah. Let's go with, I guess. Here, like 1 mark per per machine, so 7 marks for that. Here 0.5 marks into 3, so 1.5. And the last one also we can go with 0.5 marks. The following three statements label X, Y, and Z describes three types of software testing. Identify the correct test types from the following list and write them down against the labels. So individual components of the software are tested separately to check if they function properly by producing correct output for the given inputs. Individual components means unit by unit. So it's unit testing. This is X. End users test the system to evaluate whether the system is suitable for use. End users means the people who are using it finally. So those are the acceptance testing. Individual components of the software are combined and tested to see if they work together properly. Individual components of the software are combined and tested to see if they work together properly. Like it's better they have said like some of the individual components, right? Like we don't know, like when it comes to the system testing, the entire system is checked, right? So again, individual components of the software are combined and tested to see if they work together properly. Same thing. So yeah, it's better we go with the integration testing, but gives you the same idea of system testing. How was the marking scheme says? Yeah, it says integration testing in the book, right? So like 0.5 into 3, 1.5. Right? So who got 10 out of 10? Right, 9s, 8s. Okay, there are two 10 out of 10s. That's it, and yeah. That's great. That's great. Okay, moving to the last question, which is the programming. Let me clear this. People, excuse me for a moment. I'll drink some water and come. Okay. So the program in question. So yeah, this question is about determining the length. Some three lengths are to be can be performed a triangle or not, right? So the lengths can be lengths are being assumed as A, B, B, C, and AC, right? So it's a simple mathematical theory saying like if any two of lengths, the addition of any two of lengths should be greater than the third length, right? So if we think about a triangle which name as ABC, so if this need to be a triangle, AB plus, like AB should be less than the values of BC plus AC. And again, length of BC should be less than AB plus AC. As well as the length of AC should be less than AB plus BC. Right. All these three things must be true if it is going to be a triangle, not only one. All right. So in the flow chart, they take an input. So what do they need to take as input? Input the length of for the values of AB, BC, and AC. Right? That's going to be the input. So then first condition checks whether AB is larger than BC plus AC. So if this is true, that means it's the opposite of this. That means if it is yes, it's not going to be a zero. So R must indicate not a triangle. Right? Because if any one of those, any argument is true according to the flow chart, that means it performs a non-triangle or not a triangle. Right? So here in this argument, it illustrates the opposite of this. In here, it illustrates the opposite of this. So then the Q should be opposite of the second one. So it should be like BC larger than AB plus AC. Right? So that's how the Q must be. And if this condition is false, means this is correct. That means the other way around is correct. So it's a good clue to become a triangle, but we have to search with this and this as well. If everything is on the no part, then S means it can say a triangle. ABC is a triangle. Right? So that's how the answers should be. Right? So this is the input. This is the condition. And these are the outputs. Right? So 1 mark for each and every answer. So 4 marks will be given. Okay. People, are we clear about this? Yes, everyone, are we clear about this? All right. So moving to the second part, if three decision boxes in the flow chart are combined into a single decision box, write down the expression that should be used in that single decision box. Now, in the marking scheme, there is a problem with the answer that they have provided, right? Look at this. In the marking scheme, they were providing all three decisions which were inside those diamond shapes connecting with the AND operator, right? And when they are separated like this, if all the things, if any one of those are yes, it's going to say not a triangle, right? So like it's not necessary to be all these three things to be true, all three conditions to be true to become ABC not a triangle. Just one condition becoming true is enough to become not a triangle, right? But the problem is when they combine together using AND clause, right? So it can be easily recognized from the pseudocode that they have provided here, right? So this is the pseudocode, the next part that they are asking. So like once they have taken A, B, B, C and AC, this is the if condition. The very same conditions as it shows in the flow chart. Now, since they are bounded with N, since they bound with N, to display ABC is not a triangle, all the statements need to be true, right? All the arguments needs to be true. Now, look at this. If I propose AB equals 3, BC equals 4, and AC equals 5, right? Hold on. Yeah, no, like this. I'll propose this as 2, right? Now look what happens. 3 plus 4 is larger than 2, right? And 4 plus 2 is larger than 3, right? And oh, come on, no, not these two. I need a situation where you can't draw a triangle. So I'll take it like this. AB is 5, BC is 2, and AC is 1. So these three cannot perform a triangle simply because 2 plus 1 is not greater than 5, right? But if you match these values with the if condition, see what happens. First one says BC plus AC. That means 2 plus 1. AB larger than BC plus AC. So that is true. This is true according to the values over here. BC plus AC, AB is larger than BC plus AC. That is true. Look at the second condition. BC is 2. Is it larger than AB plus AC? AB plus AC is 6. So according to that, this says false. Right? And the third condition, AC means 1. It is not larger than BC plus AB. It is 7. And this is also false. Right? So that means true, false, false. This combines with and. What should be the final answer? Final answer is false. Because in AND condition, to provide you a true, everything must be true. So if it is false, it shows ABC is a triangle. But we cannot build a triangle using these three things. Right? Simply because if you draw a centimeter 5 distance as A and B, if you take your, what, I don't know what that you are saying English to the cover, right? So, cover අරගෙන ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඡාප දෙකක් ඇඳොත් නේද? BC කියන එක්කෙනා 2 centimeters curve එකක් ඇඳෙනවා. එතන මෙයා 2 centimeters. AC කියන එක්කෙනා 1 centimeter curve එකක් ඇඳෙනවා. This is 1 centimeter. So, it's never perform any triangle. Triangle perform karana, 2 curves should be cross somewhere. Then we can find, okay, this is the point of C. So this is not a triangle, but if the program executes, it shows you it is a triangle. Right? So the argument that they are taking is wrong. What they could do is, what we could do is, we could write this argument the other way around. If we write it like AB less than BC plus AC, and BC less than AB plus AC, and AC less than AB plus BC. If this is the if condition, if all these three things are true, of course, definitely ABC and ABC a triangle. It's a triangle. For sure. Right? That means if all three things, this is the condition that we need to satisfy. Third one should be less than the addition of other two. So then, if all three conditions are true, means you are going to have true. Then only you are going to receive true. Then it will show ABC is a triangle. In the else part, we can say it's not a triangle. So in case if this particular condition gives you false, it always gives you not a triangle. Right? So that made in a maru in one condition එක change වෙන්නත් ඕනේ. මේ කියලා තියෙන විදිහ. If so, you can take the you can have the correct logic of this particular program, right? So since they have like go like this in the marking scheme, so you just take the marks for these, right? And they're asking you to write the pseudocode. So you better write the pseudocode according to the flowchart, even though the logic is wrong. Here we have logical error, right? Not a programmatical or a syntax error. It's a logic which is wrong. right? So you can take the marks accordingly. Right, and in the last part, they are asking like without determining the values entered for A, B, B, C, and AC are larger than 0, there will be a problem, right? It is true. If you enter a 0, then actually we can't say it's going to perform a particular triangle. So length must be larger than 0. So you can check it once after they provide the lengths A, B, B, C, and AC. Then of course you can use this, no problem. You can use this. So it will determine all 3 lengths are larger than 0. Right? So in case if any length is not larger than 0, then you can like make the algorithm to ask that value again. Right? So if you have written that, then you can take 1 mark. Right, so that is how the marks are given. So I'm not going to ask you how much you scored for this, since there are some problems. And however, we are done with the 2018, right? So by next week, we prepare with the 2019, the entire paper, right? So if we got a chance, we are moving right after the MCQ to the second paper. So do it fully, right, and get ready. And I will be discussing the 2019 paper on next week, right? So I'll end the session from here just for today, since we are done with the 2018, right? So thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you next week for the very same time. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Oh, that's good, Sasrika. That's well done. Okay, others, send me the marks later, right? So I will end the session from here, right? Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day. Oh, that's great, Udamya. That's great. Okay, people. Okay, thank you very much.